Now, are you into wristwatches? Now, how much are you ready to spend on a watch? $100, maybe $500, or probably $1,000. But a former boxing world champion got his watch stolen at gunpoint. And any guesses as to what his watch was worth? Well, let me help you out. It was $84,000. A wristwatch, $84,000. Now, the former world boxing champion Amir Khan and his wife were threatened by two men at gunpoint in London. Although no one was injured in this robbery, the assailants reportedly stole the boxer's $84,000 watch. But there is some good news. 3 suspects have been arrested on suspicion of the robbery. So what makes this watch so special? Now, this watch was said to be a Franck Muller, one of the most expensive watches in the world. Franck Muller watches are, in fact, one of the finest and the most complicated of timepieces that the world has ever seen. The comparatively young watch company is rapidly becoming one of the best Swiss watch brands. The company claimed that it has succeeded in combining boldness and creativity in its exceptional products. But a Franck Muller watch isn't enough for Olympic boxer. He has a collection of luxury watches. Now, Amir Khan has an array of wristwatches which he has collected throughout his successful boxing career. And one of his top favorites is his Rolex collection, which includes the Rolex Cosmograph Daytona Oyster Steel. And this watch is worth 42,000 American dollars. A Rolex Day-Date watch is said to be worth $50,000. This also is a part of his collection. Now, this, remember, is a collection of a man with a taste for exuberantly priced timepieces. Amir Khan, who's loyal to a company which sells watches worth almost about $2.7 million watches, is a fan of wearing his timepieces to charity bashes and also to exclusive boxing events. But let's imagine as to what one can in fact get for $84,000. Now, what would people like us buy if we had such money with us? Now, for starters, a 2-bedroom, newly laminated wooden flooring and special internally heated home. This is what a person can get for about $84,000. Let's not stop there. A person can also buy 4 times picture resolution curved screen theatre television. And here comes the big one. You can also buy a new Audi S6 car, and this can be in your garage if you were to shell out that kind of money. So before even considering going for a luxury watch, also consider the alternatives that you can actually buy. What makes these watches so expensive? Now, these watches are no ordinary timepieces. The dial is studded with several diamonds, which are collected and incorporated into the timepiece. The watches comprise of mechanical in-house movement. This means that the technology in these watches is made by the brands themselves. This automatically gives the product a higher ground above any mass-produced watch which use technology made by other brands. The Franck Muller watches are tried and tested for months before sale, and this makes them pretty strong performers and helps the pieces to last longer than an ordinary $500 watch. The jewel-encrusted watch also puts the wearer amongst the very first in the top class in society. Most people are swayed by the exclusivity of these luxury watches, which is the hardest selling point for these watch brands. Because remember, every watch will tell you the time, but very few watches will set you apart and will make you feel so exclusive. Now, some of these watches owned by Amir Khan are limited edition pieces, and some are only of a kind. The rich, of course, have a desire to be unique and special, which blinds them of the exuberant cost of a product, such as a watch worth close to $1 million as well. So is buying a luxury watch a waste of money, or something that will actually bring you happiness? Will actually give you time to think about it, but at the end of the day, remember, time is money, and irrespective of which watch you wear on your wrist, or whether you just glance at your mobile phone to know time, the fact is the market for these super expensive watches seems to be growing, even though the rest of the world did plunge into a bit of a recession and went through a tough time in the aftermath of the pandemic. But the super rich continue to purchase these extremely fancy watches. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.